Hi everyone, I am Sophia Isabelle Campa and I am from Humanities and Social Sciences 12-2 of Congressional Integrated High School. Today I will be talking about contemporary techniques used in art, and we'll start off with contemporary art. Most of the time, people view contemporary art in a skeptical perspective. It has a fuzz surrounding contemporary art, probably because it tackles things that we aren't used to see. It defies the social construct and it gives us a different point of view and different perspective that sometimes is considered taboo in our society. So sometimes the contemporary art is often correlated with skepticism. So for this topic, there are three contemporary techniques, mainly minimalism, found object, and large-scale art. We'll start off with minimalism. The main concept of minimalism is to take away what is unnecessary and to leave only what is essential. So it may include only putting a few lines, a few figures on your art, but the impact of the art is still as powerful as to using a lot of figures and images. And it is considered as the most important part of the contemporary art movement. So that's why the next slide is showing Arturo Luz. He is a national artist for visual arts and a Filipino modern artist best known for his minimalist, geometric, and abstract style of art and his animated paintings of circus performers and musicians as well as his revered cityscape series. So he creates several minimalist art mostly with geometric figures. So for today, I will be taking you on a virtual museum tour and it will be on the National Gallery of Singapore. In fact, it is a museum installation for minimalism art. So for on the left side shows the monument for V. Tatlin number 43 that is created by Dan Flavin. It is actually in commemoration for the utopian ideals of a Russian constructivist Vladimir Tatlin. So the American Dan Flavin, the artist who created the art on the left side, p- placed together 39 cool white fluorescent lights in various arrangements between 1964 to 1990. So as you can see, the picture just shows a few images of fluorescent lights, but it commemorates a constructivist leader. On the right side shows the art by Frederick de Wilde. So as you're familiar with the concept of black hole in science, it's kind of related to that, but it is actually inspired by Malevich black square painting. As you can see, the black circle because it the artist used nanotechnology to engineer a material that is deemed to be the blackest black in the world. So with that, we can say that minimalism is just as powerful as any other contemporary art technique, and I personally view it as the best among the three because upon using just simple images with few structures and figures, you are still able to instill a powerful impact to those who see your art. Next is found object. It is actually interesting since found object is from coming from the word itself, found. So most commonly found objects and then you turn it into art. So yeah, that's the main concept. Turn a useless thing into a work of art. In the found object art, there is a concept of assemblage. It is actually the technique of putting different objects together to create three-dimensional work. So it is kind of similar with collage. However, collage is just a two-dimensional art. So assemblage is this one. It's the example of found object art. As you can see on the left side, the artist kind of used different handles. I presume it's a handle of a paintbrush and different materials that you can find at home and to build an image of a fish. On the other hand, on the right side, I think it's a handle of a door to build an image of a robot. And then for the third type of contemporary technique is large scale art. So coming from the word itself, large, so mainly it needed a huge space for you to be able to install these kinds of art. So in 1977, Walter de Maria, she created an art piece that includes a 400 steel poles over 1 mile by 1 kilometer. It was installed in a street, and the the amount of space that she needs is really immense, hence the name large scale art. One prominent large scale art recently that was installed is the Barricada. It was installed in front of the Oblation Plaza in UP Diliman, and it was made by the artist named Toym Imao Jr. It is actually a commemoration for the Diliman commune, and it's made of bamboos from other installations and used armchairs or dysfunctional armchairs to create that image of a barricade in front of the Oblation Plaza. That is mainly the three types of contemporary techniques that we usually do. So to sum it up, we have minimalism, found object, and large scale art. As we end this, I wanted to impart in you that contemporary art is more than just a masterpiece. It transcends beyond the medium you are using or the materials you used in your art. It is more than just a piece of work, a piece of art. It's more than just a masterpiece because it's a representation for someone else. Art is no longer just paintings and sculptures. It has become a representation, a form of individual expression that is sort of an embankment of any culture in a democratic society. Contemporary art embraces the idea that art is not far, it's not separated from the life or the world that we live in. It is a depiction of life at some forms, and some people find the meaning of life in their artworks. Contemporary art isn't easily understandable. However, it has its own language that it touches and it impacts someone's life. Perhaps we see contemporary art in a skeptical perspective. And I think what we needed to learn was to look beyond what we see, to look beyond the art that is offered in our eyes. Thank you for listening, and God bless you.